Welcome. This video will touch on features of ICC's web labeling and Labelsync software, working in conjunction with Siegel Scientific's Bartender software that will streamline your company's GHS labeling and SDS management requirements. Thank you for your interest. If you have any questions or would be interested in a personalized demonstration, please do not hesitate to contact Dan Albert, System Sales Director at 905-890-7231 or at dalbert@thecompliancecenter.com. The following are only a small sampling of labels created by pulling label content from web labeling and that are designed and printed using Labelsync and Siegel Scientific's Bartender labeling software. All labels are printed on IMDG BS5609 certified polyester vinyl or inkjet material. Samples of these or similar labels are available for your evaluation. Just send an email or call Dan Albert, System Sales Director. Hello. This video will showcase just some of the labels that you'll be able to design and print using web labeling, Labelsync, and Bartender software. Product information is entered into the web labeling web application, which is then pulled in by Labelsync and Bartender to print out labels. This is an 8.5 by 14-inch label for chromic acid. It has a series of GHS symbols, GHS text in English, primary and subsidiary DOT symbols, shipping description information, HMIS color bar information, and information entered by the print operator at print time, including part number, lot number, and net weight. This is a 7 by 14-inch label for benzoyl peroxide gel. We can see that it has GHS text in two different languages. Both English and French GHS text is shown. It also has gross, tare, and net weight information, as well as barcodes that encode this product's part number and lot number. This 8.5 by 14-inch label has similar information as the previous label, but with a different layout. We see that for this label, the barcodes that encode the lot number and part number are shown at the bottom of the label, along with the company logo, company address, and Chemtrex contact information. Here is a longer label that measures 8.5 by 22 inches for chromic acid. We see that it has GHS text in 3 languages, English, Spanish, and Chinese. Images for the required personal protective equipment were entered into web labeling and were pulled to show up on this label. Labels can use images for personal protective equipment, as this label does, or instead they could use pictograms. Finally, some print time information was entered by the print operator, including lot number, net weight, and manufacturing date. These are examples of 2 Canadian GHS labels that showcase multiple features. They have a color-coded border based on the product category or type. They contain instructions for use with formatted text. They contain custom images, and they contain an automatically calculated expiry date. The product type was entered as product information into web labeling, and the color-coded border was created dynamically at print time, based on this product type information. That is, the same one label layout format made both of these labels. In this case, a green border was dynamically applied to the label by the Bartender software for products that come into contact with food, and a yellow border was applied for any other product type. The instructions for use information contains formatting, such as bolded red text alongside unbolded black text. This formatted text was entered directly into web labeling through web labeling's HTML custom fields feature. For example, here is liquid chlorine's formatted instructions for use text entered into web labeling. Bartender pulled this formatted text and then printed it onto the label. The liquid chlorine label has an NSF certification image. This image was stored on web labeling as one of 6 custom images for liquid chlorine. Finally, the expiry date was automatically calculated by Bartender at print time by taking the manufacturing date and adding the shelf life information entered in web labeling. Having the expiry date be automatically calculated in this way reduces the chance of having an erroneous expiry date print on the label. Industrial labels don't have to look industrial. This English-Chinese label has an attractive purple image printed in the background. It also features a barcode encoding the product code and lot number net weight information entered at print time. Web labeling allows you to enter most product information in many languages. For example, the product name here was entered in both English and Chinese in web labeling, which was then pulled from web labeling to print on this label. These 5.5 by 8.5 inch tags for chromic acid contain English and French GHS information, and net, gross, and tare weight information too. Also, they contain QR codes. This QR code, when scanned, will retrieve a PDF document for the English SDS for chromic acid, and this QR code will retrieve the document for its product certification. These documents are uploaded into web labeling and are associated with this product chromic acid. This 8.5 by 17-inch label has a removable tab that can be applied to the top of a pail or drum. This removable tab contains two QR codes. One QR code retrieves the Certificate of Analysis, also known as a C of A, and the other QR code retrieves the SDS. This is a smaller 4 by 6-inch label that combines many of the advanced features previously shown on large container labels. Its barcodes encode the product code, lot number, date of manufacture, and expiry date. The expiry date is automatically calculated by Bartender. It also has QR codes to retrieve the SDS and the specifications. With our system, you can easily design and print GHS workplace labels, also known as secondary labels. We see that signal words appear on these labels, as well as GHS symbols and personal protective equipment information. You can also create color-coded workplace labels that are still commonly used by industry to communicate workplace hazards.